Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I will discuss about the PMP last minute preparation. So all of the materials will be found in my website. I will put the website link in the description, and when you click in the link, you will automatically go to my website. Then after civil engineering, and then you will find the link PMP exam materials, and under that you will see different kind of materials are in here. Agile practice guide, PMP 7th edition, 6th edition, then this presentation that I will show today, and the other materials is Rita PMP, Rita Malchuri. I guess you know the books. I read this one and this is really good one. All right, let's go to the presentation. So today's slide is about 53 pages, uh, and you see the 53. I'm trying to show you. Okay, so let's discuss one by one, and we will. Let me check. Okay, we will discuss all of these topics today, and this is kind of last minute of PMP presentation. Sorry, PMP preparation. So let's go to there. So this one is Agile Epic. So Agile, it is, if you think about the organization vision, it is divided into Epic, then feature, then user story, and then task. Epic means it's high level, and you can measure Epic work size based on the t-shirt. So for example, if you go to shopping for buying some clothes, you will see the clothes size small, medium, large, or XL, double XL. So t-shirt means you can divide the task based on the size of the work package. So that means we can calculate Epic based on the t-shirt estimation method. And the second one, if you divided the Epic, it will be feature. Feature is the smaller version, and usually it takes 1 to 5 weeks. Story points roll up from user points if you want to calculate the feature story point. Then user story points, it can be estimated based on the story points. And then task, that means each of the task less than 8 hours. That means you have to divide it, the work package, into more granular, and the task will be less than 8 hours. So you have to remember for the PMP exam that Epic, feature, user story, and then task. Next one, Agile hierarchy. So before Epic, there is two other program, portfolio and then program. Portfolio, you can say that this is the theme of an organization, and program, it is initiative, and then project, and then task. So portfolio, a large focus area that spans the organizations, and the program, a collection of epics. That means epic, in that case it means program, it means project that drive toward a common goal or theme. And project or epic, it means a collection of stories, short requirements or request. And task, story, a collection of subtasks or standalone. And you can see this pyramid: vision, theme, epic, story, and a task. Again, for the Scrum method, we will deal with from epic, story, and task. This is the Scrum. So vision, theme, epic, story, and task. And the Scrum we will need epic, story, and task. And the next one is Agile Project Management Methodology. We have 4 Agile Manifesto. In here, you can see individuals and interactions over process and tools, working software over comprehensive documentations, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over following a plan. Okay, so that means you will give more importance to individual interaction than following process or tools. That the process or tools are used in mostly predictive projects than agile. Then if you want to say that what are the measurable milestone or measurable performance in agile, it will be working software. So working software over comprehensive documentation. That means in agile we prefer less documentation. Instead we prefer the software package is working. And other thing, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. That means if customers say that I need this kind of change, although it is not mentioned in the contract, you can in agile they are saying that you have to make customer collaboration instead following a contract negotiation, then respond to change over following a plan. Then there are 12 agile principles, and these are the 1 to 3 up to 12. First one is customer satisfaction, then changing requirements, frequent delivery, measure of progress, sustainable development, close cooperation, motivated individual, face-to-face conversation, technical excellence, simplicity, self-organizing teams, regular adaptation. And then these are the Agile Pyramid. Agile Pyramid, it has 4 value, then 12 principles, then framework and method, Agile Frame, Scrum, Scrumban, or Kanban. Then practice, board, story mapping, user story, daily Scrum. So next one is what is the difference between product backlog and the sprint backlog. So product backlog, anything that needed to accomplish the project vision. On the other hand, sprint backlog, anything that is needed to fulfill the sprint goal. Product owner owns the product backlog and development team owns the sprint backlog. Contains requirement, defects, task. Subset of product backlog items defined as priority by product owner. Everyone contributes to the product backlog. Only development team contributes to the sprint backlog. Product backlog refinement meeting is to refine the product backlog, and sprint, sorry. I'm trying to adjust that. Okay. Sprint planning meeting is to refine the sprint backlog items. Okay, the next one is type of contracts. So there are 3 kinds of contract: fixed, cost, time and material. So for the, if you see this diagram, it shows the risk high or low. So for the buyer, that means as you are a project manager, if you want to make any procurement, you will be the buyer. In that case, your position will be the buyer and the contractor will be the seller. So buyer risk is low if the contract is fixed price contract, and it is high if this is cost reimbursable contract. Okay, so firm fixed price contract, it is FFP, firm fixed price contract. So firm fixed price contract is three types: firm fixed price FFP, firm price incentive fee IF, fixed price with economic price adjustment EPA. So economic price adjustment means, for example, if an project lives is more than like long time, 3 years, 4 years, there will be inflation or there will be increase in materials prices. So you have to adjust the budget based on the inflation, and that case that will be the economic price adjustment. For the cost plus contract, cost reimbursable contract, these are the cost plus fixed fee, cost plus incentive fee, and cost plus award fee. Remember that incentive fee, if you say if you calculate the lowest one, these are the fixed one, these are the cost reimbursable one. And if the question asks which one is more high risk or low risk in four of them, you have to remember that only cost plus is the lowest one. For example, firm fixed price, it is the lowest one, without any incentive, without any award, anything, low. In that case, if you compare this one, only cost plus is the lowest one. So award fee and then incentive fee and then cost plus fixed fee and then cost plus percentage of cost. Similarly, firm fixed price, then fixed price economic adjustment, and fixed price incentive. All right, again, so the lowest, I'm going to lowest to highest. Firm fixed price, firm fixed price economic price adjustment, fixed price incentive, cost plus award fee, cost plus incentive fee, cost plus fixed fee, cost plus percentage of cost. Okay, cost plus contract, that means cost reimbursable contract, is an agreement where one party gets reimbursed for all its expenses plus a profit margin at a pre-decided rate on total cost. Cost plus award fee, cost plus fixed fee, cost plus incentive fee, cost plus percentage of cost. For the award fee, the contractor gets a performance-based award after completion of contract at a pre-decided rate by client. And the second one, contractor gets the reimbursement of total cost along with a fixed fee determined in advance. And the third one, contractor gets incentives if he meet or exceed the expectations. These incentives are under the head of contract provision in contract. And the last one, contractor gets profit as percentage of total cost incurred by him. Profit increase with an increase in total cost. These are the advantage and disadvantage. For the fixed price model, when to use? So fixed price means, okay, I will give you for say $100,000, then you have to build an house or swimming pool or a road, something like that. So when you have clear requirement and the budget is limited, and you can also determine the deadline. For example, I say that I will give you 300K and you have to build a house within a year. Then you will go to the fixed price model, a small project with limited feature. And MVP means minimum viable products. So pros and cons. Pros is predictability, transparency, ease of management, and cons is lack of flexibility, less accountability. That means contractor is saying that after 1 year I will get $300,000, and there is less transparency. I mean, lack of flexibility. For example, if I want to make any change or anything. Next one is 3-point estimation. PERT, part formula beta distribution. Part means program evaluation review technique, and also it called beta distribution. It is E equals optimistic value, pessimistic value plus 4 times most likely value divided by 6. You can remember this 6, like this is 4 most likely value plus optimistic plus pessimistic. So how many values are in here? 6. So 6 by 6, then you will get expected value. This formula is used to estimate duration or cost of a task by determining the mean of 3 different values. You can say the mean of, that means it is the average of 3 different values. It reduces the risk in estimation. It reduces the risk of estimation. 3-point or part formula. Then there is risk response strategy. So in the risk we have threats and we have opportunity. If you want to eliminate uncertainty, 100%, it will be exploit. And if you do not eliminate any uncertainty, that means 0%, it will be avoid. Then minimize uncertainty. The threats will be mitigate and the opportunity will be enhance. Then relocate uncertainty. It will be transfer and another will be share. For example, if you say that, okay, my project is in high risk prone area in typhoon or somewhere, then you can transfer the project to another third-party company, or you can outsource it. That means this is the transfer. And share means you are sharing some of the code writing of software with other parties. And keeps uncertainty. If you do not do anything, that means you are accepting. Accept. Again, remember, avoid, mitigation, transfer, accept. Exploit, enhance, share, accept. All right, time and materials. This is when to use raw project concept, probability of workflow change, innovative idea, little known target markets, intention to participate in project management. Flexible budget, part payment opportunity, easy start, no cost for preparation, agile orientation, no deadline, low budget control, time expenditure, etc. So if someone asks you, okay, the project is small, which type of contract you will select? Time and material. because for large project, if you choose time and material, that means the time it is very much and it is not cost effective. For a small type of work, for example, if you want to clear your lawn, then you can use time and material or something like that. This is the small types of work. Again, this is the buyer risk and seller risk. Time and material for a small project in here. This is the fixed price and this is the cost reimbursable one. And you can see this is the low, high, and time and material is in the middle. Unclear requirement and statement of work are a risk and have cost and schedule impact. Okay, now we are going to back to predictive project life cycle. So in here there is a change request. How can you process the change request? So if there is any change request, it should be go through the perform integrated change control phase, and then if it is approved change request, it will go to the direct and manage project work, and they will perform the work. And if they direct and manage work, if they feel that they need change, then they send a change request to again perform integrated change control. Similarly, these approved change requests also go to the control quality. That means from perform integrated change control, the approved change request it go through direct and manage project work and control quality. Again, control quality, if they feel that the quality is not maintained properly, then they again apply for the change request. It is an loop. Change, three types of change: corrective action, then preventive action, and then defect repair. There is an example. For example, we want to add a pool to the project of constructing our new house. That means they want to add a pool that was not included in the project management plan. That means it is scope change. So for that, you have to apply for a change because the scope baseline are not uh, in the original form. You are adding something. So for that, we need a bigger than anticipated tractor to clear the land. That means this is the corrective action. Then we would like to replace the team lead with a lead that has experience building house. This is the preventive action. And if there is any issue with the finished product, then the repair will be defect repair. So again, corrective action dealing with the ongoing work. Then preventive action is dealing with if you concern with the work quality, then there will be preventive action. And after the finished product, if there is any issue with the finished product, then it will be defect repair. Okay, again, corrective action, preventive action, defect repair. Corrective action is an action taken to preclude occurrence of an identified hazard or to prevent reoccurrence of a problem. Preventive action is a change implemented to address a weakness in a management system that is not yet responsible for causing non-conforming product or service. And then defect repair is a process of repairing the defect part or replacing it if needed. All right, the next one is cost of quality, COQ, cost of conformance and cost of non-conformance. Cost of conformance, money spent to avoid failures, and cost of non-conformance, money spent due to failures. Okay, for the avoid failures, you can perform preventive cost, another is appraisal cost. So for the preventive cost, it is prevent errors, and appraisal means assess the quality. Okay, and the preventive cost are, for example, training, new or better equipment, documentation process, more time to do it right. And appraisal cost, testing, inspection, destructive testing loss, time to do it right. Remember that appraisal cost, it deals with the testing, and preventive cost, it deals with the training, documentation, other than anything that relates beyond the testing. So for the cost of non-conformance, internal failure and external failure. Internal failure caused by project team, and external failure identified by the customers. For the internal failure, rework or scrap are the internal failure, and liability, lost business, or warranty, work to be done under warranty. Those are the external failure cost. So I saw some of the questions that ask about the warranty. What type of failure is this? This is the external cost of non-conformance cost. All right. The next one is list of process without OPA and list of process without enterprise environmental factor as an input. We see lots of process input are the OPA. Similarly, EF are the input for many of the process. So these are the lists that are not included. So for the OPA, validate scope and monitor risk. Remember two things, then you will get OPA everywhere. One is validate scope, another is monitor risk. And EF, close project or phase, validate scope and monitor risk. These two are the same in here. Control scope, control schedule, control cost, control resource, implement risk response, manage quality. Mostly in the control, monitor and controlling section, we do not need the EF. All right, next one, OPA and the EF. So OPA has two kind, process or procedure. Another is knowledge base. EF, it has internal and external. Okay, process and procedure is guideline, templates, organization, standard chart, project lifecycle, and knowledge base, lesson learned, leverage, defect history, product tables, etc. Internal, organization style. Internal deals with the organization, and external deal with the outside of the organization, government policy, market condition, regulatory, skill resource, organization style, culture, policy, stuffs, etc. Another thing is that EEF is outside of the project team, and OPA is inside the project team. All right. The next one is project influence, EEF, and then OPA. EF, external, internal, OPA, process, directive, procedure, knowledge base. This is EF, again, culture, I think. Okay, these are the OPA, process, guideline, procedure, corporate knowledge, reusable component, fast project data, intellectual property. Also intellectual property at the OPA, tools template. For example, if you use probability and impact matrix, those are the OPA. Estimation. Okay, so we have four kind of estimation: analogous, parametric, then 3-point, and bottom-up estimation. Analogous means previous similar project to the new project. You can say that, okay, I do this project with $300,000. I guess this project is similar and this will be $300,000. This is called analogous. That means you are comparing the previous project data to new project data. And parametric estimation means, okay, I did this project and I guess we charge per hour $35, and based on that the new project will take like more 2 months or 3 months, and that will be the cost. This is the parametric. That means you are going through some types of equation. And 3 point, uh, optimistic, realistic, pessimistic to new project. And bottom up, it start from the work breakdown structure, from the work package, sorry, from the activity, then work package, then control account, then the project level. So most accurate estimation is the bottom up estimation, and analogous is called top down estimation. This is the most accurate one. So these are the some information you can find. We can go there. Top down, parametric, 3 point, bottom up. Use historical data of similar project for estimation. Can estimate both duration and cost. These are the duration and cost. These duration and cost, and duration and cost. Duration cost both deals with the duration and cost. Used for resource estimation. Resource estimation. This one we cannot use for the resource estimation. This one we can use for resource estimation. So remember one thing, only the 3 point estimation, we cannot use it for the resource estimation. The other projects we can use for it. That's simple. Okay. So this one is least accurate, more accurate than the analogous, more accurate than the analogous and parametric, more accurate. Okay. Least time consuming, more time consuming analogous, more time consuming analysis, and more time consuming estimate technique. Can be used along with other estimation method, can be used with the other estimation method, cannot used along with other estimation method, cannot used with the other estimation method. Okay. Okay, these are the B documentation. So RF, request for X, that means I means okay, the goal is for the request for information, and then request for proposal, request for code. So for the goal, request for information, it is performed for gathering vendor information. Then for the proposal, to create best project, and for the quote, to get best price for project. Status of solution, not clearly. Overview understood, details still to be determined. Project and details clearly identified. Key deliverables, information about suppliers, statement of work for project, pricing details. So request for information, it deals with the information, it deals with the proposal, and it deals with the pricing. All right, we are going to next one. Okay. Moscow method for prioritizing requirements. So MO means must have, should have, could have, would have. Like must have means feature with the highest business value that define your USP. Then should have, important feature that can add significant value. Would have, nice to have feature, but it can be left off if needed. Won't have, that means it doesn't need significant value, it doesn't have. Another is minimum viable product, MVP. So you will see this type of question. MVP. The MVP has two things. One is minimal marketable release and minimum marketable feature, and those comprise to the minimal marketable product. So again, viable product, two form, release, feature, and two things, minimal marketable product. Okay. So MVP created to explore a hypothesis, open a functional prototype where some functionality is simulated or performed manually. Your aim is to do just enough work to get something in front of potential end users to learn what they really want. All right, then MMR, a fully functional release of a product that represent the smallest possible feature set that address the current needs of your customer. And the feature, a fully functional single feature or function that provides real value to end user, could potentially be deployed on its own. The fast release of an MMR. This is the fast release of an MMR used to shorten initial time to market. All right, next one is PMO. So we have three kind of PMO: supportive, controlling, and directive. The power is low in the supportive, high in the directive, and this is the degree of control. So for the supportive PMO, they provide template, training, lesson learned. They have very low power and serve as a project repository. Controlling, compliance, government related, then project management information system responsible for various governance, and directive, they directly recruit manager. They are responsible for the project success or failure. So for the supportive, low level of control, consultative projects, supplies template, best practice, lesson learned, cannot enforce anything. Controlling, moderate control over projects, provides support and guidance to projects, PM training, tools, assistance, enforce compliance to organization practice. Then directive, high level of control over projects. Project manager are assigned by any report to PMO. PMO directly manage the projects. All right, I guess these are the some question that I attempt. I guess you don't need it. Okay, so there is a question. Match each of the following change request type with their correct scenario definition. Corrective action. So the deliverable produced does not meet two of the requirements as mentioned in the requirement document. Defect repair. It is always deal with the end user, and the preventive always deal with the training. Okay. So these are the project budget estimation. How can you budget it? Activity cost estimation, plus if you have to estimate with the contingency reserve with all the activity, then it will give you the work package estimation. Again, you are putting some contingency reserve on the top of the work package. Then it will give you control account, and then with the control account, if you add management reserve with the cost baseline, then it will give you project budget. So it's like cost estimate, contingency reserve, cost estimate plus contingency, it will give you cost baseline, and with the cost baseline, management reserve is give you the project budget. Okay, organizational structure. Again, these are the power level of project manager and functional manager. So functional manager has the high power in the functional organization, lowest power in the project or orientation. Project manager has low power in the functional organization, has high power in there. And matrix organization: weak matrix, balanced matrix, strong matrix. Functional organization: these are the executive, functional manager. Under the functional manager there are staffs, and project manager, he's like be a coordinator, he don't have any power. And projectized organization: each of the employee will be under the project manager. You see the difference. And the weak matrix: project manager has some level of confidence, level of decision making, but it's not much. Functional manager is still strong in here. Balance matrix: both the functional manager and project manager has the 50-50 influence. And strong matrix: functional manager and project manager has both the power. Like you say, project manager, he can each of the staff have to report both project functional manager and the project manager. All right, next one is the resource labeling and resource smoothing. Okay, you can see that labeling means, for example, these are the schedule of work, and per week you are allowing to work 45 hours per week, and some of the resource has more workload than the other. So you are taking some of the work and giving to other resources, or you are taking some of the work and put on other days of the work, then it is called resource labeling. And resource labeling can impact in the critical path. For example, this is the workday 7. Now it is going to workday 9 because of the 45 hours. And for the resource smoothing means each resource should work. That means some they are taking some work and put it with other resources who are not that much highly loaded. Resource smoothing. So resource limited scheduling technique: importance is given to the limited resource, remove all resource conflict, may not require additional resource, activity may be shifted beyond the float available while rescheduling, may change the critical path. This is the important one. This can change the critical path, but smoothing do not change the critical path. May require additional resources to address leftover resource conflict. Okay, and then the schedule compression technique: fast tracking and crashing. So crash means, you can see, crash means this is the normal resource breakdown structure. This is the week number, and you see all of the week, only one resource is assigned. And for the crashing means you are adding more resources to complete the task before the deadline. And you can see instead of one, you are adding two, so that work can compressed. So crashing means you are adding more resources. That means more people, you have to pay more. So if you have budget limitation, crashing is not your choice. For the fast tracking, that means some of the activity can be performed sequentially, but there is a risk of rework. For example, if you install computer operating system at the same time you are working with the network routing process or networking, there could be some of the risking factor, um, but you can perform the work in a parallel way. Okay, activities are performed in parallel. Sequence of activities is not changed. No additional resources are employed. Additional resources are employed. Works with all activity in the schedule diagram. Works only for in the critical path. Work only if activity can be overlapped. You see, work can be overlapped. It does not matter if activities overlap. may result in rework and increased risk. As I say, it can rework and increase risk. May result in increased risk. Cost mostly increase as there is of additional resources. Cost mainly remain the same if executed properly. All right, next one is component of risk. So R means risk, P means probability of risk event, I means impact of risk event value, and the relationship between the environment. So risk is probability multiply the impact, and when the project start, risk is mostly risk is high, and if the project end, risk is low. Highest at the start of the project and lowest at the end of the project. We already discussed this one. Then the risk breakdown structure, RBS. Uh, then the risk analysis is SWOT, SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Okay, we can go there after this. So strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. If you make a matrix, strength and opportunity are helpful. It is achieving the objective, and the weakness and threat are the harmful. Strength, weakness is the internal origin, and opportunity, threat are the external origin. Okay, opportunity and threat external, strength, weakness internal. So strength, things your company does well, qualities that separate you from your competitors, internal resources such as skilled, knowledgeable staff, tangible assets such as intellectual property, capital property, technology, etc. Weakness, things your company lacks, things your competitor do better than you, resource limitations, unclear, unique selling proposition. Opportunity, undeserved markets for specific products, few competitors in your area, emerging need for your product or service, press media coverage of your company. Emerging competitor threats, emerging competitor, changing regulatory environment, negative press, media coverage, changing customer attitude toward your company. Okay. Then these are the project life cycle structure. So these are the organization structure: functional, weak, balanced, strong, projectized or project oriented, project managers or authority, and then resource availability, PM rules, budget control. Functional, budget control by functional manager, weak matrix, functional manager, balanced matrix, mixed, and then strong matrix, project manager, projectized project manager. Same in here, the power none on very very low, low to moderate, moderate to high, and high or total. This is the moderate to high, balanced, low to moderate. Okay, resource ability, little, low to moderate, moderate to high, total. PM role, part time or may not be available, part time, part time, full time designated, full time designated. All right, and then the next one is project life cycle, predictive, iterative, incremental, agile. This is the important one. Okay, for the requirement, predictive, all of the scopes are determined upfront, so that means this is fixed. Iterative, dynamic, iterative, incremental, and agile, all are the dynamic requirements. And then activities, predictive, perform once for the entire project, and this one, repeated until correct. This is the important one, repeated until correct. That means iterative means you are iterating the work again and again and again to get the correct result. So this goal is the correctness of solution, and delivery is single. For the incremental, So incremental means you will deliver the project in a smaller but incrementally. That means one by one you will increment project. So perform once for a given increment, frequent small deliveries, and speed is the main goal. Remember, you can differentiate with the incremental agile project based on the speed. So if someone said that, okay, I need frequent smaller delivery, and the scope are not known, are known, and the project duration is very short, then which type of life cycle you will select, incremental or agile? Incremental, because project life cycle is short. That means you have to finish the work as early as possible. That means speed is your concern, not customer value or feedback is your concern. If they say that, okay, the concerning factor is the customer feedback or customer satisfaction, then you will move to agile. If it is said that speed is the concern, then you will go to the incremental. Remember that incremental and agile has the frequent small deliveries, both of them. So, and another is perform once for a given increment, repeated until correct. Okay, so this is the main goal. So the goal of the predictive one is the manage cost. This one is the correctness of solution, incremental speed, and agile is customer feedback. Okay, the next one is work performance data, information, and report. Work performance data, it generates from direct and managed work. Then information and report, it generates from monitor and controlling phase. So work performance data, information, report. Okay, data, raw observation and measurement identified during activities performed to carry out the project work. The performance data collected from various controlling process, analyzed in context, and integrated based on relationship across areas. The physical or electronic representation of work performance information compiled in project documents intended to generate decision or raise issue, actions, or awareness. Okay. So, if a major stakeholder he wants to find a status report, what you will give them? What performance data, information, or report? Obviously, report, because report is the concise one and it encompasses work performance information and data. There are the some example. Performance data reported percent of physically completed work physically completed, quality, technical performance measure, start and finish dates of scheduled activities, number of change requests, number of defect, actual cost, actual duration. Then work performance status of deliverables, implementation status for change request, and forecast estimate to complete. Work performance report, status report, memo, justification, information notes, electronic dashboard, recommendation, and updates. Remember that for the recommendation, updates, decision, action, correctness, all deals with the work performance report. And this work performance report, it goes to the perform integrated change control. Based on that, they generate the change request, and this change request goes through the direct and managed control phase. And if the work performance looks good, it will be distributed through the managed communication to the stakeholders. All right, the next one is the logical sequence. As I mentioned, direct and managed project work, it will generate for work performance data. These work performance data will go to the validate scope, control scope, control schedule, control cost, control quality, control communication, control risk, all of the controlling factors. And these controlling factors, their output will be work performance information. That means provide foundation of project decision, implementation status of change request, forecasted estimates to complete status deliverables, and then it goes to the monitor and control project work performance report, status report, recommendation memo justification. Then it goes to the perform integrated change control, control risk, control procurement. Okay, these are the flowchart. These were direct and project work, then work performance information, control, work performance report, performance control, control risk, control procurement. All right, we are end of this slide. Next one is some important things. This slide is not more. Okay, types of communication method. These are the interactive communication. These are the best communication method. Then push communication. For example, if someone send email to everybody, for example, writing blog, sending email, sending status report to any people is the push communication. Email are the push communication method. And pull communication means storing or keeping the project information in a centralized location or in a Google Drive or in somewhere, and the user or stakeholders can get this information when they need. You do not need to push it. So these are the pull communication. That means they are the pull. They are taking the information, and you are pushing the information to the stakeholders, and these are the interactive. Okay, next one is the data gathering, data analysis, data representation, decision making, communication skills, interpersonal and team skills. Okay, data gathering. So these are the techniques they are breaking down. So I want to increase the okay, it is not represent. Okay, no problem. So data gathering, benchmark, brainstorming, check sheet. Okay, so again, there are two things. One is check sheet, another is checklist. There are two different things. So checklist, it is some kind of list for the managed quality process, to check the procedure if the worker followed it correctly or not. And check sheet is the number of defects or number of XYZ. It is some kind of tally, like counting 1, 2, 3, 4 something. So check sheet, it is useful for the histogram or any data analysis process. And checklist, it is useful for the check quality controlling. Interview, market research, then questionnaire and survey, and statistical sampling. So if there is a large group of people, for example, there are 2,000, 3,000 people, and you want to gather the information from them, especially in the large research project work, then which method will be more useful? Questionnaire and survey. Another thing is that, for example, you are producing 100 of unit, and to reduce the quality cost, which technique you should use? Statistical sampling, because you are selecting only randomly one or two unit and then check it. And then benchmarking means you are comparing competitor, their features and other things, and then based on that you are gathering the information. These are called benchmarking. And in the brainstorming session, you are bringing different kinds of people, and they think about the idea and give you the solution. So in the brainstorming, there is a question five why, five of why. That means why. Okay. Then data analysis, alternative analysis, assumption, constant analysis, cost of quality, cost of benefit, decision tree analysis, document analysis, earned value analysis, influence diagram, iteration, burnout chart, make or buy analysis, performance review, process analysis, proposal evaluation, regression analysis, reserve analysis, risk data quality assessment, risk probability and impact, root cause, sensitivity analysis, simulation, stakeholder analysis, SWOT analysis, technical performance analysis, trend analysis, variance analysis, what if analysis. Oh man, it's a lot of things. Okay, decision making. You can read the data representation. Multi-criteria decision analysis, voting, communication skill, feedback presentation, interpersonal and team skill, active listening, communication style assessment, conflict management, cultural awareness, decision making, emotional intelligence, facilitating, influencing leadership, meeting management, motivation, negotiation, networking, nominal group technique, then observation, conversation, political awareness, team building. All right, the next one is the I took it from okay, okay, so this is the project integration management. I took it from exam PM. These are the different process. So integration, develop project charter, develop a project management plan, then direct and manage project work, then manage project knowledge, and then monitor and control project work, perform integrated change control, close project or phase. So for the project charter, input are the business case, benefit management plan, agreement, EF, OF. Then these are the common things: expert judgment, data gathering, interpersonal meaning, assumption log, and the so you have to check this assumption log and the project charter. These are the output from project charter. Management plan, output is project management plan. Direct and manage project part, output is deliverables, work performance data, assumption log. Issue log, change request, project management plan update, project document update, organization process asset update. Then manage project work, output is issue log, um, project management plan update, organization process update. Then monitor and controlling project work performance report, change request, and perform intelligence control after change request, output, final report, final product and service. Okay, the next one is project scope management. Plan scope management, collect requirement, define scope, create WBS, validate scope, control scope. We are focusing mainly on the output. Scope management plan, requirements management plan. Then there is collect requirements documentation, requirement traceability matrix RCT. Then define scope, project scope statement, project document update, create WBS, scope baseline, then project document updates, validate scope, accepted deliverables, change request, work performance information, work document update, and then control the scope, work performance information, change request, project management plan, project document update. Then the project schedule management, plan schedule management, define activities, then sequence activities, estimate activity duration, develop schedule, and then control schedule. Okay, again, define activities, sequence activities, and then estimate activity duration, develop schedule, control schedule. Okay, this one schedule management plan, define activities. There will be activity list, activity attribute, milestone list, and another update. Sequence activity, project schedule network diagram. These are the most one. Schedule network diagram. Estimate activity duration, duration estimate, basis of estimate, and develop schedule, schedule baseline, project schedule, schedule data, project calendar, and the other updates. And then control schedule, schedule forecast, work performance information. The next one is project cost management. Okay, again, cost management, estimate cost, then determine budget, and then monitor control cost. It's in 3 steps: estimate cost, determine budget, and control cost. For the plan cost management plan, estimate cost, cost estimate, basis of estimate, determine budget, cost baseline, project funding requirement, and then for the control cost, work performance information, schedule forecast. In one of them, determine budget, I got some question in the practice test that they are saying that you estimate the cost, and after that how can you get this fund, or how can you finance, which phase or process tool you will use. It is the determine budget. You can see financing, funding limit, reconciliation. Yeah, determine budget process. All right, these are the formula, earned value estimation. So schedule performance index, SPI, it is earned value by planned value. Cost performance index, CPI, earned value by actual cost. Schedule variance, SB, EB minus PB. Cost variance, EB minus AC. Estimate at completion, EAC, if original is flawed, if BAC remains same, if CPI remains same, if standard performance continues. So you have to check what are they talking about. So if original is flawed, ES equal to AC plus new ATC, and if BAC, that means original budget remains same, then AC plus BAC minus EV. Then estimate at completion, if CPI remains, that means same rate of index, the cost is then BAC divided by CPI. And if standard performance substandard performance continues, then AC plus BAC minus AB divided by CPI multiply SPI. And to complete performance index, BAC minus AB, BAC minus AC. That means remaining work by remaining fund. And estimate to complete ETC is the EAC minus AC. And variance at completion, BAC minus EAC. variance and completion. Project quality management. Okay, so plan quality management, then manage quality, and then control quality. Simple 3 steps: plan, manage, and control. For the plan, quality management plan, quality metrics. Remember this one, quality metrics. It developed, this is the output of plan quality management. And manage quality, output is quality report, test and evaluation document. Test and evaluation document, quality report. These are the two important things from the manage quality. And control quality, quality control measurement, verified deliverables, then work performance information, verified deliverables. That means you inside your organization there are quality inspection team. They inspect and verify the deliverables. All right. So question again: quality metrics, plan quality management, quality report, manage quality, test and evaluation, manage quality, verified deliverables, quality work on function information, quality control quality, and inspection. Another thing is that inspection and audit. So audit is performed in manage quality, and inspection is the tools in the quality control quality inspection. These are the two things. Okay. The next one is project resource management. So resource management, plan resource management, estimate activity resource, then acquire resource, develop team, manage team, and then control resource. So there is no control resource. Sorry, this is this is a mistake, I guess. So again, plan resource management, estimate activity resource, acquire team, acquire resource, then develop team, manage team. Okay. Resource management plan, team charter. So team charter is the output plan resource management. And then activity resource, work performance basis of estimation. Then acquire resource. You are having resource calendar, team project team assignment, project resource assignment. Then develop team performance assessment, then change record. So team performance assessment, which process you will determine it in the monitor and control, develop team performance assessment. All right, then manage team, there is nothing important. So develop team performance assessment, this is the important one. And the project communication management, again this simple one, plan communication management, then manage communication, control communication, I guess manage communication, this is not manage team. So communication management plan, and then manage communication, project communication. Okay, control communication, work information. Okay, I guess the important in here about communication requirement analysis. These are the one kind of metrics, communication requirement analysis. Okay, the next one is project risk analysis. Plan risk analysis, identify risk, perform qualitative risk analysis, perform quantitative risk analysis, then plan risk response, uh, uh, implement risk response, and then monitor risk. Okay, so plan risk management, risk management plan, identify risk. The most important thing is the risk register and risk report. So risk register and risk report, it is the output of identify risk. And there are some tools that used to develop risk register and report. These are the prompt list, and then okay, these are the list. Then qualitative risk analysis tools, project document update. Okay, so in that risk analysis process, risks are categorized and ranked based on the probability and the impact. So there will be a document is called risk um, probability and impact matrix. Quantitative. Uh, okay, they are not that much important output in there. I don't see it. Maybe you need to read some additional materials for that one. Then procurement management, plan procurement management, conduct procurement, and control procurement. Plan procurement management outputs are procurement management plan, procurement strategy, bid document. These are the important ones. Bid document, procurement statement of work, source selection criteria, make or buy analysis, cost estimate, independent cost estimate. So these are the important ones. Bid document, procurement statement of work, source selection criteria, make or buy analysis. And in the conduct procurement, select seller agreements, select seller agreements. And in the control procurement, um, control procurement. So you are controlling the procurement process in that process group. Okay, the next one is the project stakeholder management. Identify stakeholder, plan stakeholder engagement, then manage stakeholder engagement, and then monitor stakeholder engagement. Identify stakeholder. The important is the output of the one stakeholder registry, stakeholder register in here, and then plan stakeholder engagement, stakeholder management plan, and then manage stakeholder engagement. There is nothing important in here. Monitor stakeholder work performance information. There is nothing important in here. Okay, these are the tools, technique, and sub-technique. All right, we are finished in here. So again, if you want to download these two presentation, you need to visit my website and then civil engineering, then PMP materials. My website has lots of civil engineering things and different types of open course information. If you are interested, you can also check other tab. You will also find GRE, IELTS, SET, TOEFL, how to search universities in there. Yeah, thank you so much.